to The Dreamer and the Designer. I'm Dana the Dreamer.
And I'm Chris the Designer.
Today, I think that when we were brainstorming, apparently we had some feelings during our brainstorming because the decision today was to talk about what to do when you or someone you're in business with has the crankies. Do we need to describe the crankies?
I think it's self-explanatory.
Oh, is it though?
Okay, you can go for it.
Being a cranker cranks, being a crankosaurus rex, being so crotchety that people are like giving you this look. What happened to you? Getting out on the wrong side of the bed, having a case of the Mondays.
All week long.
All week long. Or at random times, whatever. Anyway, the crankies. So, I know it may come as a surprise to you, but there are some members of this company who at times may experience the cranks.
And it could be you, it could be me.
Not naming names.
Nope.
We're not naming names. So Christopher, what is your best way to deal with someone who has the crankies?
Well, we're just thinking outside the box. We're not thinking about anybody in particular.
No one in particular.
Okay. Well, it's to, if I can, give them some gifts. Maybe it's a little bit of chocolate. Maybe it's a suggestion to visit a friendly establishment nearby, or maybe just space.
Space.
Just back off a little bit. Just ask, what can I help you with?
Yeah. Those are all great tactics on dealing with someone with the crankies. Yeah, because who doesn't like chocolate? I mean, if you don't like chocolate, there's got to be some other sweet snack. But it's true. I mean, that's a really good way also to deflect. I think sometimes too, it's like just embracing that everybody gets cranky sometimes. Like sometimes it's not like all roses and butterflies. And so embracing that maybe your business partner is not having the best day and it happens. Like, okay, or collectively being like, let's just embrace that this moment right now is not fun. And so I think sometimes acknowledging it and acknowledging the negative emotion is really helpful in like moving on from it. I think also when we do that, it helps us to kind of remember that we're on the same side and we're just kind of like, this is cranky and we feel cranky. But okay, you know, man, let's look at it together and that's annoying and then what do we do? Kind of thing. So it kind of helps us to reset a little bit if we can like name it.
Yeah, and I think working together, we're married, we live together. There's a whole lot of overlap here, and I don't know if we from the beginning we never really designed a relationship, a working relationship to be wholly separate. Where it's not like we kind of step outside of who we are as a married couple and have this completely separate work relationship. Maybe that's a boundaries thing, I'm not sure. But I think who we are as a working partnership is very similar to who we are as a married couple. And we show each other parts of ourselves that is raw and unrefined, and so there's a lot of there's a lot more to being a working partnership in this particular arrangement, I feel.
Yeah, it adds something. I would agree with you. I think in certain senses though, like discovering you as a business partner, there are like different elements to working Dana and Chris as there are to like marry Dana and Chris or parent Dana and Chris, honestly. And I'm okay with that too. Like, but crank happens. I think we should make that a button. It does, and it's like that happens in all the environments, and so it's kind of like, how do you, like, what do you do with it? And then also like just embracing like part of it sometimes is the fact that we're together all the time, and that we see each other a lot, and we're like connected in many, many ways. Our destinies are intertwined in the business realm, in the relationship realm, in the parenting realm, and beyond. Like, so, yeah, and we're both really creative people. So that right there, I think it's just like...
Yeah, everything you've heard about creative people is true.
No, I don't think we're like super divas or anything. Oh, right. Well, if you want to talk about...
I'm just talking from my own personal experience.
Okay. Well, so, but... oh gosh, I lost my train of thought. But like, gosh, what was I gonna say? Pause. Okay, no, but I will say that being a creative personality, like, it has its ups and downs, and so like I feel like when it has its ups, it's like, oh cool, like we can create and whatever. But then like when we're both in like a creative slump, it's just kind of a recipe for like, oh, we need to like shift somehow or whatever. I think getting creative about dealing with the cranks though too is like, there's something to be said about that. So I like it when we can just like reset somehow. Be that go get a donut at Byler's, or which is like this really awesome donut shop, or embrace the crank and be like, okay, like, what do we do now?
Right. A lot of the same techniques of raising a toddler applies to dealing with somebody who has the cranks. So if you just need to call off the day and go for a walk, go to the park.
Somebody need a nap. Like, sometimes it's like, okay. But I mean, it just kind of depends on the level of crank too. So, choose your intervention based on level of said crank on the crankometer. I just made that up. But anyway, so that's the crankies. And I will also acknowledge that we in no way have everything. We have like not many things figured out. A lot of it is just figuring it out as we go. But apparently somebody thought it would be a great idea to process this on the Dreamer and the Designer. So there you go. I think that wraps up the cranky portion of this vlog series, unless there is something else to add for the good of the order.
No, everything is all roses and sunshine.
All of it. Glitter. Zero crank here. But seriously, I hope that your day is wonderful and beautiful and crankless. But if it is, I hope this was helpful. And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.